the Lord just reminded me that every time I face a choice to obey what God's saying to me, there's a lot of people that will be affected by what I decide to do. When God comes to you and says, "I want to build integrity into your life," well, that's not just going to affect you. That's going to affect all your colleagues who will be affected by your work. That's going to affect your spouse. That's going to affect your kids. That's going to affect the people in your church. There's always a meanwhile. There's always a context to your obedience. Of course, the classic one is Adam and Eve. They might have said, "Well, what difference does it make? It's just a piece of fruit that we ate." But God would say, "But do you have any idea what that decision is going to cost people for thousands of years to come?" And so that's why I think there's a certain weightiness that when God comes and says to us, "I want to do something new in your life. I want to use you in a way that you've never served me before." If you wrestle with that, if you argue with that, or you somehow just miss God's invitation entirely, it doesn't just cost you. And that's why I think it's so important for us to begin every year and say, "Is God trying to get my attention? Is there something God wants to do in my life? And if so, whether I feel comfortable about it or not, I better get it right because it's not just about me."